Hello everybody and welcome back to the labs. I am Towsty and thank you for joining me here on another episode of InfinityLabs Season 2. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed last episode in the collab with Monacan over there. We had a lot of fun working on some bees and I've done a bit of work off camera. It's been kind of a busy week for me. Channel's been going well, episodes have been going up, but I've been very busy and those have been mostly pre-recorded. So now it's time to record some more and get some more things done. You'll notice I've started to put up some more of these orange lamps everywhere because they are made with plastic, and I realized we haven't actually gone over the plastic gen together yet. I did actually record it, but it was just a miserable episode, and I was feeling like poop. It was just not a good episode, so I didn't make it up. And I'll have to go over that some other time. We got a lot of these lamps out and about now, so we can start taking away our torches. However, a couple things that we have got to talk about. First, you'll notice that I have a bunch of resonant strongboxes, and you may be wondering how I got those. Well, I made them. So we got the strongbox recipes in here, right, which are pretty easy to make. Except for this, I'm really short on the fused quartz right now. And it's really easy to make Invar. Enderium is not so easy. So I used our /shop to pick me up a bunch of Enderium, which I don't do very often. At least, I don't use the shop very often. I've used it twice, I think, in this series, including this time. And the Enderium, basically, if I haven't shown you how to use this before, you take something that you need to sell, such as a thing of spruce wood. Type in /shop, you drop the spruce wood in, it gives you money. Right? And then you can use that money to buy from it later. So that's how that works. So I sold a bunch of junk and bought a bunch of Enderium. It's actually very expensive. So that's how we're making these resonant strong boxes. And there's a very good reason for this. Strong boxes are pretty cool. Most of these are empty, which reminds me I had some filtering out over here. Strong boxes allow you to, for example, right click them with a wrench and it's just full of stuff. Put it back down, still full of stuff. Kind of like a barrel, kind of like the matter transposer. It just handles it a little bit better that they're all in their own box. So that's one thing that I've been doing. The reason is, on Friday of this week, today is Sunday, we are doing a world reset. Now, that's might seem kind of strange because a lot of us are in the middle of doing builds such as this, or there are some people who have been building on the same kind of progression since the start of this world about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And it's time for this world to go. This world has been degrading very fast. I don't know if you've seen people talk about the lag on the chat, but the world's been degrading. Just a lot of stuff is going on, and we needed to seriously rethink as a group of operators how we handle the server. And we've done that. And so we are going to regenerate the world, and we're getting rid of this boring world gen, and we're switching over to a couple different mods. I just looked at the test server today and the new world generation that we're going to work with, and it's really, really, really vibrant, and it's changes, and there's lots of variety, and it's really good. So I'm excited to do that. When we do that on Friday, we're going to allow ourselves to take over our player information. So anything we have on our person, all of our research and stuff that's been done into magic mods, that'll all transfer with us if everything goes according to plan. The rule is no backpacks, so I can't have stuff. I can take the backpack with me, but I can't have stuff in it, just in case sake. We're removing a few mods, updating some rules and things like that on the server. Nothing that really applies to you guys or will affect the channel. What else? Yeah, so no backpacks. We can use any sort of external item storage, so I can pick these up with matter transposers or dollies and plop them in here, but I cannot put all of those into a backpack and carry an inventory full of backpacks full of stuff with me. That's just a little excessive. And we've done some testing and stuff with that, and since the only thing that's changing is we're removing a couple of mods, not a lot, just a couple of big buggy ones, it seems to be working all right. So I'm going to have to find a way to pack all of this up, and some of the preparation for that I'll do on camera, I think. But I think what I'm going to do today is really just talk more about the bee situation. So last time we ended showing off the advanced Mutatron, where you just take two bees. You take a princess and a drone, and you try and plop them in here together. Obviously, the red drone does not breed with that kind of bee. There you go, Meadows drone, that'll work. All right, from here I can make an arid queen or a common queen, and basically, I just click on one of these, and it makes the princess or the queen version of that bee a common or an arid. Doesn't really matter which. Can I use the arid for anything? Don't know. Let's see, we can make ourselves a barren queen, a desolate queen, among some others, I'm thinking. No, that's it. Okay, so that's how this worked. And I was finally able to do that to get to the point where we were making royal jelly, which is here with the imperial queens, or imperial bees anyways. Now, what we've got in here is 2 production upgrades, automation, light, and planes. And basically what's been happening is for the last several days, these things have been pumping out royal jelly. And then the other thing they've been putting out is dripping comb. Now, dripping comb isn't used for too much. It just is used to give us honeydew and honey. Honeydew, we can even make glistening melons. Ambrosia, short mead. Ooh, maybe we should make some mead. Honey, you know, nothing really like fancy. What is the use of ambrosia, I wonder? Anyways, so we're getting all these, and then the other thing that we needed to move on to the system that I wanted to work on was the industrious bees. The industrious bees create pollen. Same setup, 2 production, light, planes, and automation. We got to the imperial queen by working towards the noble and the majestic, which we basically needed a common, which you just saw me make, or try to make anyways, and a cultivated, which is pretty much just any normal drone or princess and a common, right? And then once we got that, we did the majestic, which is the noble and the cultivated. So it's a little grindy, but it works. And it works really well. In fact, it's so much less stupid and grindy than the way that I'm used to doing it. So then we got the industrious, which creates pollen. The pollen and the imperial jelly are what we need a lot of. Because I wanted to make a nice space, which is what I started to clear out over here for our alvearies. Now the alvearies are quite interesting because you can see the block light here is ridiculous right now. It's great. Let me check something. Yeah, it is. The alvearies are like super apiaries, and they're very similar to the genistry blocks in a way that you can modify them. But they're just so cool. Now, they're quite intensive to make. I mean, the genistry apiaries can do very similar things, but I'm pretty sure that the alvearies just overall have a boosted production, if that makes sense. Like, they just do more because they're quite annoying to make. So we're going to try and make our first one on camera right now. In preparation for this, last couple episodes, I've been doing some work. And I've been cooking up bronze and bronze and bronze. And I've been using bronze and bronze and bronze. So we got lots of bronze. Oh yeah. So the alveary is kind of interesting. You need scented paneling, which is in a carpenter with honey, royal jelly, pollen. See, you're getting to see why we need all this stuff. And honey is made in a squeezer with, remember what we talked about? Oh wait, what is this? And a still with honey. Why would you ever do that? Honey drops, honeydew, and a bunch of colored drops that also give you dye. So, We've got a squeezer downstairs. In fact, we have a couple of squeezers there. Maybe just the one. Carpenter. This carpenter's got seed oil. This has lots of seed oil. So we need to make ourselves another squeezer. Squeezer. Tin, glass, sturdy casing. Piece of cake. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I always do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 8. And this should make what we need. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Why is that in my head? Okay. So now we can start making our honey. The other... Oh, you know what I need to do? I have to think about that. Alright, so we got power. We got no recipe. So we're going to go up here. And we're going to start centrifuging some of our dripping combs. And... taking our honeydew. Now, we're going to save the honeydew. We got lots of honey. It's been so long since I've played with actual forestry machines. This has been so much fun. All right, so that's going to cook up. It's going to centrifuge more honeydew and honey out of these. In the meantime, why don't we squeeze up a bit of honey? Now, this can make all sorts of interesting stuff. Ethanol, seed oil, acid, biomass. What on earth would you ever use acid for? I don't know. Short mead milk, liquid nitrogen, all sorts of stuff. But we just need it to make honey. So the alveary needs honey for the scented paneling. And this is something that we're going to have quite a bit of. It needs wood, pollen, beeswax. And this is why we've just been letting stuff run. And a half bucket of honey. So why don't we go ahead and make another carpenter. It's too bad there's not a better way of doing this. By better, I mean a way that's not just lots and lots of the same machines. But at the same time, that's kind of unique, so I don't mind it. I think I need 15, 17. Wait. I need a bunch. All right, there's one of those. Carpenter. Perfect. Now, what I'm wondering is I'm going to need to make a whole bunch of these eventually. Actually, I'll petition the server. I got an idea. I need a drum. Drum, 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 drum. Anyone willing to give a bed rocky drum? Gotta pack up my ethanol. Something like that. All right. Where am I going? I'm going down here. I'm just curious. Very curious. That's a logistical transporter. Here's a mechanical pipe. Will this work? Oh, it's like the drum's peeing. Ooh. Let's just hop on over to Black Arcade real quick. Oh, no. All right. Don't know what was going. I know he has turrets. All right, now I'm gonna use this. Just gonna plop it down here, cause why not? Why not? This should hold as much ethanol as I will need. Lebec. Do I have any more servos? Can I use a mechanical pipe to do this? This will be interesting. Looks like I'm gonna be able to. Yeah! That'll work. Okay. So we can put 65,000 buckets in there, it looks like, and we've got 20,000? Should be good. Should be good. I don't know how long I'm gonna let that produce for. Maybe, well, I mean, might as well just go until we fill up that drum. All right. So what were we doing? Our carpenter. So we're gonna go. I want to say, what kind of cabling do we have right now? Ultimate, a couple. I don't really need ultimate for this. Now, guys, this is going to be one of the ugliest builds you've ever witnessed. We need a saw. Drop your sword. Boom, bam. Well, that worked, right? Yeah, awesome. Okay. So, hold the phone. I don't know why I'm going to beautify anything here. I mean, I'm going to tear this base down pretty much today or tomorrow. But just in case. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so this has power. And we'll take another mechanical pipe and go like this. And then grab our configurator back out. Give that a pull. So this is going to be our honey-based one. Now, let's grab some wood. Yeah. Like that. And you just plop stuff in the inventory on the bottom here. Then we need honey. I think, no, what was it? Was it alveoli? Scented paneling. Yeah, beeswax. I'll grab a few stacks of that. A stack of that. And a stack of that. And just see what we can come up with. Is it one each? It is. Oh, that's gonna be crappy. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me that actually yields more than one. That's gotta yield more than one. Oh my goodness, it's so slow. Okay. That might be tick dynamic though. Let me grab a couple more stacks of this stuff. All right. Come on. Do your thing. I kind of want to add a second squeezer. We're also going to get propolis or propolis from this, which is the most expensive slime recipe on the planet. Forestry used to be, I don't know if I've talked about this at all. Forestry is a very old mod. It has been around for a long time. And it went through a phase when moddeds got really popular for a lot of people who play them now. So I'm not going to say that they weren't popular before this, but they got really popular when Tekkit put out their pack. Tekkit 2 really was like huge. And forestry was not in it because there were some permission issues, and as there always is with Tekkit. But the forestry mod has been around for a very, very long time, and as such, a lot of the recipes I don't think have changed too much, and they're largely unbalanced now, I think. But that's just me. What were we going to use propolis for? Actually, this was what we were going to use it for. Would have made a lot of things a lot easier. But for now, yep, one scented panel. All right, so we'll let that cook up. What else are we going to need in here? Impregnated casing is seed oil with logs. Not a problem. Squeezer into a carpenter. We are going to put this here to make sure those stay separate. Grab a couple more mechanical pipes, and of course, our good old-fashioned configurator. Here you go, friend. All right, we're gonna pull the seed oil out of here, throw a stack of logs in there, and make sure we get us a few impregnated casings. Now, I'm pretty sure I have one of these upstairs. Perhaps not. I could have sworn I had one of these up here. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Yep, there it is. Let's just check on something here. That's come down significantly, actually. That's good. Now, I think what I'd like to do... How many of these blocks does that yield? Just the one. Oh, boy. So the alveary, as I was saying earlier, one of the other things that's really good about it from my current situation is there's no power required for it. It just works. And that's a good thing because it is very expensive. So apiaries were not really automatable very well. Not at first. It was possible. It just took a lot. And you could use pipes and things like that, but they were kind of difficult to automate. One of the things that alvearies did way back in the day was they made alveary transmission blocks. They made it easy to automate bees. And so that's what we got these different pieces for. Lighting gives it the lighting like our genistry one, where it allows it to stay awake at night. The transmission allows you to pump things in and out of it. Then the alveary is like the base blocks of the multi-block structure. The fan cools it down. The heater heats it up. The hydroregulator changes the humidity. The stabilizer, I'm going to say, stops it from degrading the bees as they're breeding. And then, of course, the sieve catches pollen that you can use to breed the trees, I think, or catches like tree pollen. I don't rightly remember how that one works, but that's kind of the idea. So you can see that just to have a block that would work at night and in our biome, I'd probably need at least a hydroregulator and a stabilizer. Perhaps a fan. I don't know. Depends on the bee. Probably actually a fan and not so much a regulator. It might, maybe both. Let's just say for safety, to match our apiaries as they are now, I'll probably need a transmission block. I'll need, I'm going to say a fan and a hydro regulator. I wouldn't mind a stabilizer. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 regular blocks, or 4 blocks of some sort to build the components. But they're 3 by 3, so they're 9, right? which means 3 by 3 is 27, minus 4 is 23, so I need 20, well, I need 27 blocks. Anybody know what 8 times 27 is off the top of their head? What's that, like 100 and 200, 216. So I need 216 scented panels. There is another way to make this. Let me check something out. I'll be right back. All right, peeps, we're back. And you guys remember me showing you some of Mono's area last time, his Botania area. Not last time, it was quite a few episodes ago. And I know I've been forgetting and neglecting to do these world tours, but they'll make a comeback. Maybe I should do one today, and hopefully we can get a couple more done before the reset. But we're here. He's obviously done some work with his Botania stuff, and I wanted to show you guys this thingy. Now, I will be using this later on in the series. I had plans for this, and I thought I'd show you guys kind of how to go through this. But I wanted to just show it off now so you can see kind of what I'm doing. This is a calculator system that Mono has been using to create, well, anything. Basically, what this does is it takes power and it creates, essentially, once you have the right circuits and everything in here, and you can fill this puppy up with all kinds of circuits, you just fill it with circuits. I'll go over this in more depth later, but you fill it with circuits and power, and he has a system that's automatically creating the circuits for you. And as you can see here, lots of circuits, right? Like crazy circuits. So this takes a lot of power, and this takes an insane amount of power. But this will take one item, and it will quadruple it once it gets through the process. So this would be a nice way if you were an end game or like had enough power gen to take care of this and had all the pieces. It's kind of hard to get to, but this would help you create the scented paneling faster. And I'm going to take advantage of this to get our first scented panel. So I'm really hoping that I can come back in a little bit and have like a half stack or so, and then get the rest of them from my place. And if I can, sweet, and we'll finish that aviary off. If not, then I'll figure out how else I want to go about this. But I'm gonna try and get some work done on the packing, maybe. Actually, I might just go take something real quick. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back, and it's been about 12 hours ish, and we've let this run overnight. We've let our back at base run overnight. I had to do a couple like refills and things on it, but I eventually just went to bed and I decided to work on something else. And so, about that. So, we let it run, and if my math is correct, we have a little over 230 scented panels. So that's overnight. Using the assistance of the atomic multiplier, we would not have been here if it were not for Mono and his crazy calculator machine. So huge thanks to him, because that's like some crazy number, 4 billion RF per duplication, I believe. And we're doing okay for production over here. We ran out of wood last night, which is actually what held this up. I haven't had to refill this yet. But we have scented paneling, and is this the seed oil one? It's have 9 impregnated casings. That's not going to be enough. Oh no. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, poop. Let's fix this mess. These liquids, they look so much alike. gonna put you here and grab a couple more of these mechanical pipes. Oh, what a mess. Turn you off. Is this honey? No. All right, so this actually does need to continue to extract because I need the honey to come out of here. And go up there. Perfect. Okay, so we are doing okay for honey. And this, all right, so I guess what's going to happen is once this finishes here with the impregnated casings, then, all right, that'll all go away and then I can fix up that mistake. So let's go ahead and start making our first alveary. Oh, now we're talking. I knew there was more. Rain shields, nice. Hatchery, no idea. Wait, why did it go away? All right, so let's make a couple of these bad boys. I think we decided I needed 3, 6, 9, 27 of each of these. Correct? Wonder why that happened. Huh, why does that keep happening? Now, I know I need these other components, but remember, I'm saying remember to you like it's been ages, but it's just been a brief moment for you. It's been overnight for me. Okay, so that'll make 27. We still have a few center panels left over. That's what should have happened. But remember that all of these different components that we're going to build require an alveary block. There it is. Yeah, they require some sort of alveary block, and these are ore dictionary. That's which is why it's being a little funny. I will need to run to the nether and grab a bit of quartz, actually. Oh, wow. I didn't actually realize that we were that close to the water. I'm really hoping with this update that some of the issues that we're having when we move that put us into cheat mode and the issues that we have and re-pull our client-side updates stop. I need some quartz. I should be able to just to dig in some direction and hit it. Oh, there's some. Is that just fire or is there lava back there? That's just fire. Good deal. I need a horse. That should do us, though. I mean, I didn't need a whole lot right now. I'll have to spend some time grabbing up a bunch. That reminds me, another thing that I do have to do is to go pick up our digital miner before I forget. I'm not even really certain where it is. I just know it's in the mining dimension. I think it's to the east or west, I guess. Let me tell you, this is the first time in a couple of days I've come in and the farm hasn't been. I came back. I should tell you this. I came back a couple of days ago, logged in just to check on the progress of the bee breeding, right? Because it takes a while. Like once you've gotten the ones you want, you really got to let them build up a surplus of product. And I came back to look, and everything was pneumatic rough plants. So I actually had to add this secondary chest on. So one of the things that also happened while I was doing that, which reminds me, is I lost my sword. So Taco was nice enough to donate his old sword, which is pretty good. Yeah, and I think I actually ended up finding my sword, which is kind of sad. Interesting. Enrichment chamber gives me 6. Let's do that. But let's do it downstairs. I didn't end up finding my other sword, but I just kept this one because it's actually better. Let you sort out. And I got these HDE pellets, so why don't we turn sorting off on you and put you here. Having a horrible time with my sinuses this morning. So I keep having to stop and blow my nose. I do apologize for that abrupt, like, silence. That's what's happening. Okay, so we got our quartz. That's going to take care of one of these things. Let's see how we're doing for this. The other thing I'll need to make, regardless of whether or not this is done... Pop, pop. All right, and then we'll say, put you back. You know, I realized I was using covers for this, but I thought there was a way to disconnect these without them. That's all right. All right, so that squeezer's for that. This squeezer ought to be for seed oil, not honey. Which means I gotta go back upstairs and get a load more seeds. Not a problem though, because obviously we have loads of seeds coming in. I'm glad I'm not using the seeds to crush up into biofuel, because that would have removed a few things. Oh mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law. Is this all set up to do what it should be doing? I just pick up all of our propolis. And we'll leave the honey squeezer in here. You're still cruising. You're still cruising. Maybe I should look at the thermionic fabricator right now. I gotta say, my biggest complaint about bees, and this, I always have different complaints because sometimes I'm in the mood for them and sometimes I'm not. I do hate the mess that they make of flowers. You guys know me. I like to clear cut the ground, right? I like it to be bare. But they produce a lot of flowers. We will eventually need quite a few of these thermionic fabricators. Actually, you know, that kind of depends. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Alright, so it's just a sturdy casing, which is bronze, right? Yep. Gold, glass, and some chests. Why don't we make 2? We will be needing all of our glass, though, that's for sure. 2 chests. We'll need just a bunch of gold now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Whoops. Boom, bam. That reminds me. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, so we got our thermionic fabricators. We'll just slap them down here for now, because why not? These guys are really interesting. Why don't we give them 16 glass? They require this like molten glass. And they require a certain amount of heat. So once you give them energy, they'll start to heat up. And after they get past a certain threshold, they'll cook up this liquid glass. It's very strange. But when we look back at our alvearies, you'll see we need these tubes. Right? Golden electron tube for the heater. We will probably need the fan. So we need the golden tube, which is a bunch of gold and some redstone. So why don't we take... Wait, what? Just a half stack of gold and a stack of redstone with us, because why not? And like all forestry machines, internal inventory, right? Now, I think I can just pull them out. Yeah, I can. Okay. So there's 4 of those there. We wanted the stabilizer, which is the quartz, right? That's easy. I do need to make a few of these now. I don't need to make them all. So why don't we make us the stabilizer? I'm going to guess we'll need the hydro regulator, which I need an extra iron for. Because I don't really know what the environment is going to feel like to the bees. Or I don't know which different block is going to fix our environment. I know our environment's all sort of jacked up. Let's do the actual lighting as well. Gotta get a bit of glowstone. And of course, we'll do the transmission just in case. Okay. Throw you back. Don't need you. And the rest of this nonsense we can put away as well. That'll be it for now. I'll put my axe away for now too. Okay, so we wanted to start building them over here. Now I'm going to have to check my chunk loader, make sure this stays loaded. But you need an area. And I'm just going to do this from memory. I don't rightly remember how you're supposed to make these things. I mean, I'm doing this from memory, and I do remember what I think I remember what they used to be like. I don't remember all the rules for them, though. So we'll put some lighting in here. Put our hydro regulator. Our stabilizer. And I think actually what I would do, put the lighting in the front. Well, I didn't actually make the transition one, did I? That's all right. We'll just leave these in here for now. And we'll put the transmission one at the back, because all the piping and stuff is going to be kind of ugly. And if I can actually put it on the bottom, that would be awesome. Let's try it. I don't know what's going to allow this to form. I also don't remember if these need to be hollow or not. Alright, so that's not bad looking. Then the next piece of the puzzle, aside from making a bunch more alveoli blocks, gonna be to grab. I'm not sure if we want to top this off with spruce or with birch. Let's have a look-see. How many blocks did I end up with? 6. So close. Let's just take a look. How does that look? That looks stupid. Oh, that doesn't look too much worse. Oh my word. These bolts look dumb. That's alright. And again, I don't know if this is supposed to be hollow, but this is the basic structure of the alveary. 3x3x3 with some slabs on the top, if I'm remembering this correctly. Which I kind of hope I'm not, because I wouldn't mind it being quite a bit cheaper. And we're out of logs again, of course. I have to go chop down some trees. I'm still squeezing, right? I think it's still squeezing, is it? Yeah, it's still working on it. Okay. There are much better things to get seeds out of, and one of those things is chestnuts, or to get seed oil. You get loads of seed oil from a chestnut, if I remember correctly, and we might get into that. I wasn't planning on doing the whole tree thing, but in order to speed up this process of getting seed oil and creating our alvearies, because we're going to need a lot more, and I didn't really realize how ridiculous they are. But yeah, in order to do this, I may invest in a chestnut tree, which we can do with dentistry as well. I think I need to go cut down some trees while I wait for that to finish.